And just like that, folks, we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Stupid Sports. In this live video, we're going to be talking about the recap of last night's game between Florida Atlantic and Akron, Boca Raton Bowl. And we are also going to be talking about the only football game of today, the DXL Frisco Bowl in Frisco, Texas, between Louisiana Tech and SMU. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Raton Bowl last night. If you didn't get a chance to see it, I'm gonna be telling you the details. There wasn't really much to see because Florida Atlantic pretty much dominate, flat out just dominated the game. The score was 50-3. It was Lane Kiffin's first pro game at Florida Atlantic, and he couldn't have coached a better game. The game plan was well prepared from him and his staff. I was really impressed. Um, Devin Singletary, the running back for Florida Atlantic, ran for 124 yards and 3 touchdowns. These are just notes that I did myself. Jeff Driscoll, the transfer from Florida, accounted for 4 scores, and FAU rode past Akron 50-3. They finished the season on a 10-game winning streak, guys. And just to give you an idea, Lane Kiffin recently just signed a 10-year contract. It goes through the 2027 season. The first quarter, they put up 7 points. Second, 14. Third, 15. Fourth, 14. And if you add that up, that adds to 50. And Driscoll, he threw for 270 yards, guys, and 2 touchdowns, and he also ran 2 more. But my thoughts on that is I was really impressed with Florida Atlantic and the way their offense played. I mean, they only had I think it was 17 points with less than 10 minutes in the second quarter. And to come out with 50 points at the end of a ball game, you're dominating the trenches. You're calling the right play calls. You came to play. And they did. They just flat out dominated the whole ball game against Akron. I mean, as for Akron, I mean, you could tell by the end of the first quarter that it was going to be tough. I thought Florida Atlantic did a great job of running the football and passing. I thought that they had made great play calling. And Lane Kiffin is a great coach, and obviously he's going to be there for at least 10 more years. I'm sure they're not going to let him go. But, guys, that was Florida Atlantic's first win in a bowl game, first appearance since 2009 or 10 or something like that. So we're going to get into detail here. That was a blowout last night. Hats off to Florida Atlantic. Hats off to Lane Kiffin and that coaching staff. And the players, they deserved it. And like I said, the conference USA is a much higher powered conference than the MAC. But other than that, guys, let's get on to the Frisco Bowl between Louisiana Tech and SMU. Flatlines in this. Chad Morris, SMU coach, is at Arkansas now, and it's going to be interesting, man, because Sonny Dykes, the interim head coach, he coached at Louisiana Tech in 2010, and he's going to be coaching SMU into the bowl game. So just to give idea. SMU and Oklahoma State are the only FBS teams with a 3,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard rusher, and two 1,000-yard receivers. And SMU averaged 40.2 points per game this season with their sophomore quarterback, Ben Hicks, who threw this season for 3,442 yards and 32 touchdowns. And Trey Quinn and Cortland Sutton, the wide receivers, both of them each caught 12 touchdowns. I think Louisiana, they're Louisiana Tech's defense is in the middle of the conference. So I don't know, guys. It's going to be interesting. I know that SMU has some really good wide receivers and an alright quarterback, and I think SMU has the advantage offensively. It could end up like last night with the way Florida Atlantic dominated with their offense. I think that this is going to be more of an offensive game. Maybe we'll see the defenses step up, but if SMU puts up points, that's going to be the killer for me. Is I think that they are going to put up points. I think that it's going to be a high scoring game in a sense. I just have a feeling that SMU is going to win, and I just think that if we look here, I'm going to Google SMU schedule. So the first game of the season, we see some. They lost to TCU by 20, beat Arkansas State, guys, and they're putting up 40 points. Their lowest game, they put up 31. It was a good test for them. Lost to Houston, 35-22. Lost to Memphis, 66-45. UCF, 31-24. So they're right there. Their offense is at least putting up 30-plus points a game. And it's going to be interesting. They play today at 7. And if you pull up Louisiana Tech schedule, they really haven't played nobody. They lost to Mississippi State 57-21. Lost to South Carolina by 1 point. Barely beat Western Kentucky. UAB beat them by 1. Beat Rice 42-28. Lost to Florida Atlantic 48-23. Beat Texas San Antonio. Beat Texas El Paso. I don't think Louisiana Tech has played anybody big. I don't think that team is going to come out and, put up points. I think they're more of a slow the tempo down. Let's run it. Let's get the play calls. Let's run the right plays. They're more about angles, and SMU is attacked, kind of like TCU. SMU is more like Florida Atlantic. Excuse me. And TCU are that fast-paced, high-scoring point team. And I just think that SMU is going to put up big numbers tonight. They're right, that receiving core, that quarterback can throw. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I think SMU wins big. Big. I mean, I don't even think Louisiana Tech is going to be in the ball game. I think it's going to be over by the third quarter. I may be wrong. Again, I may be wrong. But I seriously do think that SMU is at least going to win by 30. I mean, Louisiana Tech really hasn't played nobody. SMU's got that experience. They played UCF. They played other schools. They played TCU. They played Houston. Guys, they only lost to UCF by 7 points. So it's going to be interesting, man. I'm interested to see what's going to happen, but I really do believe that SMU is going to come out on top. I mean, I just think they're a high-powered offensive team. I really do. I mean, you can't putting up that many points with their coach leaving. Now, even though Oregon, their coach left for Florida State, that's a different story. I mean, SMU's going to put up points, guys. SMU is there. I think that they have a great offense. And Louisiana Tech, when you get down to this part of the season with the bowl, experience comes into play. Talent comes into play. Coaching comes into play. And with the numbers SMU's offense put up with their wide receivers and with their quarterback, one of the wide receivers is I think 10 catches away for tying the school record. That's a big number, and that's a big deal. And I really do believe that SMU is going to win tonight, guys. Good morning to everybody. It's 4:12 right now where I am. But I really do believe SMU is going to come out on top. I believe that it's just going to not even be a game, kind of like last night. I got a chance to watch SMU earlier this year and haven't really had a chance to watch Louisiana Tech, but it's going to be interesting. But my final thoughts on it, SMU 55, Louisiana Tech 38. SMU 55, Tech 38. And guys, I also want to talk about, if you run across my video, subscribe, man. I mean, I'm eventually gonna do college basketball picks too, and maybe get into more the recruiting when all the bowl games are over, get more depth in the recruiting. But there's a football game tomorrow too. It's Wednesday morning, and I'm gonna be making another video Thursday morning recapping this game, and it's going to be interesting. I love bowl season. I'm 1-0 right now, so we'll see what happens. But I got SMU tonight. But everybody have a great morning. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to be in one of these live streams, comment below, and I can make it happen. Y'all have a great day. Watch football, and I'll see y'all soon.